Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I'm here for Fire Punch, I guess. I read Goodbye Area and that was a lot, and I started Chainsaw Man and that's certainly a trip. So, here's number 3. We'll start out with a drawing as usual. I've got an idea. Okay, and then we'll just reverse it. Transform. Autobots transform. And then we'll transform again. Transform. Yes. This is my workspace. For now. I really need a better rig or something. I don't know how to do this effectively. I've got 2 ice cold beverages. I've actually got 3, but the third one's in the fridge because it's for tomorrow. I discovered that I'm out of tea, and I for the first time in a couple of weeks, I really wanted to have some tea. It's been a minute, and I'm out of tea. So I splurged and bought some from the boba place near me. So this is just a green tea that's iced. This is a juice. It's got aloe chunks in the bottom, but it's like beet, carrot, cucumber, orange, apple, something like that. It's really good. This shit saved my life, not metaphorically, after a really bad hangover day and like a night of no sleep. I had one of those and I felt all right for the rest of the day. And so that's pretty okay when you've got no sleep and like 11 drinks. Don't do that. Do not do that. Okay. Drinks, beverages, and then drawing. Fire Punch. Can you tell at this point that I actually have no idea what this manga's about? I've seen like one promo art. It's the one cover that is the cover. That's what I've seen of Fire Punch. That's what exists to me of this manga. I have no idea what I'm in for. And that's like the best part of the ride, right? So, that's why we'll draw this thing and we'll see where it goes. Very satisfying. Did I get that on camera? I hope I got that on camera. Yep, that's tea. That sure is unsweetened jasmine green tea for like $5 for this. This is why it sucks to run out of my bulk tea, where $15 or $20 gets me like a pound of tea, which turns into like gallons and gallons of tea. On the other hand, this juice was like $8, and that's a lot. That like no bones about it. But if I were to go out and buy a beet and buy a carrot, buy a celery and buy a cucumber and try to juice all these things, let alone having the investment on a good juicer, and end up paying maybe half of that. That's a much more reasonable ratio to get somebody else to do all the work and own the juicer for me than to make tea for myself, which is super cheap and easy, and honestly, I make better tea than this. This is just alright. Drawing. I don't know if I want to panel this. I think I might, because there is like a story idea to it. But I'm not sure how it stories. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. How does it story? The joke is that it's called Fire Punch. Sorry. The joke is multi-layered. The punch is not actually a fist punching things, because that's like the obvious one, right? It's like a punch with fire, made of fire, right? But the good joke is to be like, that's not what we're dealing with here, and this is the punch bowl table thing. Some snacks and stuff over here. There's a little sign here. It says, erase me, because I'm supposed to be a physical object that obscures the view of things behind me. Thank you. And it's gonna say, fuck shit, my pencil is too thick. Fuck shit, my other pencil's out of lead. Oh yeah, that's the one I want. This pencil makes everything I do feel Swedish. which is weird because it's a Pentel pencil. It's not Swedish or anything, but it makes me feel Swedish when I write with it. Okay, got this little card. It would be a little folded over card like this, right? Little folded over card says fire punch. Punch inside the bowl. Then it's got ice cubes in it, right? And those create weird textures and patterns and stuff. We can actually see those from the inside because it's glass. There's obviously a giant ladle because there's always a giant ladle in a punch bowl, right? It's always one of these ladles that like you have to, and that is the way that it works, you know. There are like weird random fruits just like sitting in it. I don't know what this is. This was like a fruit or something. Somebody put that in there. That's what happens in Punch, man. You throw like a bunch of cherries, some ice cubes, last week's sangria, couple bottles of vodka, you know, whatever comes to hand. And then in the punch, I think that there would be like this little plastic, like one of these classic flames, right? Like Fire Nation style, little flames. Great. Okay, so super not fire at all. Fire punch. And then what else? We're gonna go ahead and panel this here like that. And we'll go left, right, and we'll put like these are meandering people. This is Bob. He's talking to Joe Bob over there. He's got a hat on or something. I don't fucking know. Maybe he's just got a pompadour. Got a big old pompadour. Because he's got a small penis and needs to make up for that with one on his forehead, which is the way that works, if you didn't know. Okay, cool. And he's definitely got a cup of punch, man. Sick, bro. Everybody's drinking the punch. Let's go. Let's go. This is Sally. She's alone. Worried about her cats, honestly. Mostly, Sally is worried about her cats at present. She doesn't really know why she came to this middle school dance. Nobody invited her here. Nobody likes Sally very much. She kind of smells weird, honestly. It's probably because of all the cats. You know, that faint smell of cat piss that's always there. Yeah, that's Sally. Sally sort of wishes. Sally is holding her glass of punch with both hands because she's an introvert and wants to tell everybody not to talk to her. But actually, on the inside, really wishes that somebody would talk to her. Doesn't help that her dress is super frumpy and makes her look fatter than she actually is. Poor Sally. Sally's got no clue, man. Sally should join KISS. Put a giant star all over her eye. Starburns. Sally would have it going on. Sally currently does not have it going on, but God, does she wish. Oh my God, that's what she's wearing. She's wearing one of those freaking the hand hider sweatshirts. That's it. Let's go, Sally. Poor Sally. Har, har, har. Yeah, so I'm totally going to buy a motorcycle when I get a license, bro. It's going to be awesome. Well, the chicks are going to dig it. All right, cool. And then we'll just panel this here, and we'll do like this. Oh, fuck. This is the stupidest thing that I could possibly do. I hate drawing these. Damn it. Oh, no. All right. Same positioning. This is the call to action. The call to action is to reach out and grab the dumb ladle. So it's actually like here. Why did I do this to myself? I actively hate drawing hands. I'm bad at it. And so that's actually why I did it to myself, I think. Train myself to do the things that I'm bad at in order to learn better. Garg. Yarg. Alright, that's sort of a hand thing. It's reaching for the ladle. You can actually kind of tell what's going on, even if you can't. We're going for the fire punch. We're sipping the fire punch. How do lips? how do lips? Like so? Something like that. And then a nose. Nose goes. Something like that. I don't fucking know, man. How do humans anyway? Alright, we drink the fire punch. This is literally an alien. What the fuck? That's the whole joke. It's alright, I guess. It's the best I got today. That's the best I got today. I think it's really funny. Okay, but it's all a semantics joke, right? So you hear fire punch, you think of a punch that's on fire. But you could use it as a descriptor, like, man, that punch is fire. So here's the fire punch at a shitty middle school dance or whatever. Oh, it's so fire! So, you try it, and it's alright. I don't know if I would call it fire, though. And that's my whole joke. I think Fujimoto would get it. To everybody who hates my stupid joke, that sounds like a you problem. I think masterpiece writer Fujimoto would totally get my joke. All right. Enough with enough. Let me put on the backdrop and we'll get cracking. Okay, this is going to be my third Fujimoto work in 2 weeks. Goodbye, Eri demonstrated a stunning breadth and depth of knowledge of media, and a deep understanding of what it can do, as well as an almost rebellious willingness to push its limits and explore in new and novel ways, to steal from other art forms, especially film, and to develop art forms that cannot be, like the meta readings of Goodbye Eri. Chainsaw Man, which I started just with episode 1 on Friday, demonstrated a broad and deep understanding of what it is that makes a shonen action formula, if you want to call it that. I don't really think it is that, but what I called an integration story click and stick. And I think that is the foundational Japanese manga story. Not the shonen story necessarily, although it is the backbone of most of them, but the integration story. The one that converts people from kids to not kids anymore. There's like a really weird line there, and the stories that contain that type of tale are the ones that tell us, the audience, how to step over that threshold. Now we're going to read Fire Punch. I have no fucking idea what we're going to experience here. My expectations are pretty high, but they are untethered to genre or categorization or classification. When I came into Chainsaw Man, my expectations were pretty high, and they were tethered to a shonen action style formula. My expectations are chainsaws, man, together somehow, right? When I came into Goodbye Eri, I really didn't know what I was getting into at all, but I knew it was somewhat filmic, and there would be some meta elements of it, because that's what it says on the cover when you're looking at a thing through a screen, and there are other things in the... Yeah, okay. And then we have Fire Punch. It looks like he might be on fire. Maybe he punches things. I don't know. Truly, there is no way to know. It's almost like it's intentionally ambiguous. In fact, I'm going to guess that it's intentionally ambiguous. And maybe only after picking it up and getting a few pages in will we be able to understand even a little bit why this story is called Fire Punch. Because I'm sure there's a reason. But it eludes me. So, I've gone and downloaded Fire Punch. I grabbed Nya code 1238055. And I'm gonna read it, baby. Probably be about 2 readings per volume. 8 volumes to get through. That means about 16 weeks. Not bad. 4 months. Not bad. This is Fire Punch, and we're gonna begin it. Thank you for coming along with me. I hope that this ends up being an enjoyable experience for everyone, and I'm ready to get my mind rocked by Fujimoto. At least I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I hope you are as well. Let's dive on into it. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, early access is on the Patreon. First link in the description. That's everything. He sure is on fire, man. Darkness, ash oil underneath. His eye is different. Parental advisory, explicit content. Here we go. Okay. So we will probably just read chapter 1 today, up through page 68. That seems reasonable to me. Those born with the ability to perform miracles are called the Blessed. Lord, I don't care if I die. Please, just please, save Luna. Give us your merciful flame. It is because of a blessed called the Ice Witch that the world is now enveloped in snow, starvation, and madness. Oh, we fucking Narnia, baby. I've been here before. Jadis, what you doing, girl? Why you freezing the world? Oh, you're Satan. Oh. All right, I'm kidding. And madness. The freezing masses yearn for fire. Oh, they're gonna chop him up and burn him. Oh, it's allegorical. Oh, it's consumption of the pea. Oh, I might be wrong, but what if it is? Okay. Luna, get it in one swing. Just relax, brother. Fuck! Why? Ah! Oh, shit. Well, he grew just fine. Brother, you're looking pale. We should take a break. I'm fine. We'll stop after 7 rounds today, okay? Now keep chopping, Luna. Okay, so we've taken metaphorical self-sacrifice and made it a little less metaphorical, haven't we? This abstract, let's go abstract, as abstract can be. You are boy. You must sacrifice of self to make family live with warmth via fire. Literally have to consume parts of yourself and burn. You grow back, but for how long? Oh, it's perfect. That's life, man. Welcome to welcome to existence. Shit. Oh, damn. All right, well, I don't know. That's just the first thing that, okay. Cold. Granny Jishima, we've brought you an arm. Hello. Coming. We drained it this time, so it should last a while. I hope you enjoy it. Agni, Luna, as always, thank you for your sacrifice. I will be sure to treasure it as I eat it. What? You don't have to thank me. All this meat came from Agni. Oh shit, it's not even for burning. What? Please save as much of your canned food as you can and enjoy my brother's flesh instead. If it weren't for the two of you, everyone would die of hunger. We truly appreciate it. Oh, so nice. Such nice neighborhood children chopping off pieces of themselves so that we can survive. What? So, okay, so he's blessed, right? But his blessing is regeneration? That's right. I mean, it's correct. I mean, it's psychologically, metaphorically, historically correct. That is the blessing that we young men have, is that we're resilient. And we go out into the cold and die a bunch. It's kind of what we're for. It's kind of brutal once you realize it. It's kind of brutal once you put it in frame, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and we actually kind of like it. Is a weird part. A lot of people really seek it. It's part of why we seek out adventure and escalating adrenaline and thrills and stuff. We're partly trying to get ourselves killed because it's useful for the species. We're kind of trying to figure out where our boundaries are. And with as safe as the world is and as powerful as modern technology is, we're pretty fucking safe. Jeez. This is crazy. Thank you for your sacrifice. And it's not like a making money thing. Immediately,
I'm gonna bring Chainsaw Man into this. I'm sorry, I just am. Denji, he's chopping out organs in episode 1, man. It's the same thing. Except here, we're doing it altruistically, and there we're doing it survivalistically. But what's the difference? If the village's survival is their survival, there isn't much of a difference. It feels better, but it's not that much different. Interesting. Interesting. Also, he regenerates. Denji, at beginning of story, seemingly does not. He's just pulling out body parts. Fuck. No prob. May God be with you. Ooh. Whoa, wrinkles. Okay, so the blessed thing and the Lord have mercy, etc. There are powers. He regenerates. Some ladies making the world cold. There are powers. Is there a god? He thinks so. They think so. The society thinks so. That's pretty important and interesting. There is a god, a unified, monotheistic, religious undertone to everything. And that colors their actions. It implies that these altruistic or generous actions are related to the godliness of the thing. And then she says, sacrifice, treasure it as I eat it. It is near religious. It's like the blood and body of Christ style allegorically. Yeah. That's something else that I noticed about Fujimoto's other work. Because of he seems steeped in Western mythologies and medias, he seems to have a much better understanding of like Western lineage, mythological context than a lot of the Japanese authors who don't. And it's really unfortunate they don't, because they actually have the other half of the idea. So, all right. Oh, that might be what we're doing here. This might be an integrated integration narrative. Oh, Fujimoto, no. You can't do that. Is this a self-other integration narrative? Because that's a real one. Where do you wall off boundaries between what you do for others and what you do for yourself? Is kind of the central tension in some ways between the modernist anime Japanese style since the 80s mythological context that represents you as an individual inside of something broader, getting into a machine or something like it and making choices in order to fuel and protect yourself and those around you. That's the like individualist context. And then there's the socialist context. Socialist, not socialist, but socialist, communalist, communist, communalist. Gotta dodge the words that have more meanings than they actually have. It's a bit of a problem. The more social context where everyone works for everyone else's purposes, and those two things have to be navigated very carefully, and it's been a long journey of navigating them that's nowhere near over on the Western Christian side of things, because, well, that's what the journey is. That's the central tension between the Old and New Testaments, even, is that the New Testament is individualist and then communalist as such, and then the Old Testament is rules. It's like super different. But all of that context misses all of the stuff that's in the Eastern methodologies, in the Buddhism and in the Hinduism and in the Shintoism and in the interesting stuff. It's all missing. So we could start weaving worlds together here. That could be cool. Just a theory, I don't know. Okay. Was that the last of them? All that's left is Old Man Vanna. It's always only your arms, brother. I'm blessed with the same power of regeneration as you. Starting tomorrow, let's chop off my arms, too. Don't be stupid. You know we can't. Baka. Your regenerative powers are weaker than mine. It takes you an hour to grow a new arm, but I can do it in a second. Protecting. Besides, I bet you taste bad. Look at you, all skin and bones. But I'm younger, so I'm sure to be tender and scrumptious. I'm so tasty! Why doesn't anybody want to eat me? It doesn't matter. I'm not about to put you through that sort of pain, so just listen to what I say. Fine. He's dead. Old Man Vanna. That makes 6 this month. So, people dying in the cold no matter what you do. He didn't eat any of my meat. There's no way he'd have had enough canned food to live off of. Oh, if only I'd realized sooner. It's not your fault, brother. He was always against eating human flesh. There is nothing you could have done. Okay, so starving himself morally, refusing to take part in the otherwise normalized behaviors, staying old man style, staying stuck in a traditionalist mindset, refusing to consume the young generation, despite their ability to be consumed without seemingly harming them. And then we deflect. And we blame this on large scale systemic issues because that's what's actually to blame. But of course, that falls flat and empty, doesn't it? Because those are the sorts of things that you're not going to be able to change. Of course, you're not going to be able to change them unless something dramatically calls you to action in a way that leads you down a path that would allow you to change the world, which it might. The kind of thing that might drive you in that direction is like despair and death and destruction and stuff. But they're already in that. That's the thing. We've already had that. Their parents have already died. They're already just frogging hot water, or cold water in this case, totally normalized to death, despair, destruction, hell. So they're not going to act against it. They're not going to rebel against it unless something dramatic happens. So she dies. That's what happens, right? Or gets threatened or stolen or taken or kidnapped or something, and then we go Korean revenge thriller. That's my thought. How else, man? She's our like emotional center and heart right now. He does everything to protect her. True malice. I think true malice has to enter the story, but I don't know. So we blame it all on Ice Witch, but the Ice Witch is far away. It's true, but it's far away. It's all the Ice Witch's fault anyway. She's the one who froze the world and continues to take everyone away, like she did with Mom and Dad. As long as you never leave me, you're all I have now. Luna, call for the priest. Okay. All done, brother. I made a really light soup using your arm muscles. There's even a little bit of potato in it. What a treat, eh? There's not much in there. You eat, Luna. My regenerative powers are strong, so I'll be fine even if I don't eat. You need to put some meat on you. What? You're eating too, brother. I don't care if you don't have to. You're eating. It's yummy. Okay, I'll eat. I knew it. The meat of the joints is the best. You're delicious, brother. What the what the fuck? What the fuck? It's so crazy how you can take something so crazy and make it so normal in the span of like 10 pages. It's like, oh, that's pretty weird. And then 3 pages later, we're like, yeah, this seems to make sense. This is the normal of the world. This is how it is. Oh, historical documents. The land was carpeted in... Oh, Waterworld! It's Waterworld! Once upon a time, there was land. The land... It's Mad Max! It's Mad Max. It's find the oasis inside of the post-apocalypse. Except everything's cold instead of hot. Oh. Yeah. It's Mad Max. What if the Ice Witch is, like a capitalist? Or like an oil baroness or something. The land was carpeted in green, and squirrels and rabbits scampered to and fro, while fish swam in the rivers. Fish? I've never seen such things. Since I'm a little older than you, I remember some stuff from when the world was still warm. On hot days, the river would be cold when you got in, but not an aching, bone-chilling cold like now. It was actually quite pleasant. You always look so happy when you talk about the warm times. I love when you look like that. Brother, if it ever gets warm again, let's travel the world together, okay? You got it. It's a promise. Okay. Good night. Ugh, don't kiss me. I'm 15 now, you know? Whoa. That was a serious kiss. Brother, will you make a baby with me? If you are biologically siblings, you should not do this. You should not do this. If you are not biologically siblings, it's still probably not good for your overall health and mental health. Also, why you bring baby into bad world where eat each other? Not good place. Bad idea. Really weird. Why she asked this? Desperation and love? Something like that. I don't know what this accent is. Fuck. No. No is the answer. But welcome to fucky Fujimoto. They just made out. All right. What? Idiot, stupid head. Why would you even? We're siblings. But we're the only young people in the village. Stop. We have to give it our all. Besides, I love you, brother. I love you too, but we're siblings, you idiot. Yeah. I can't blame him for refusing to partake in our cannibalistic ways. But if one cannot come to terms with it, then he will follow the path of Vana and invite death. Everyone, death is the one thing you must never allow in. You may bear all other manner of pain and suffering, but always resist death. You sure about that? I mean, really? I can think of some circumstances where I think death would be preferable to infinite pain and suffering. Honestly. Just honestly. Can you not? I mean, talking about this immediately takes us in the direction of one of the most contentious debates that hasn't been happening yet, and it will be, and it should be. And that's euthanasia, or assisted suicide, whatever you want to label it. Should you be allowed to choose to die? What about if everything that you experience forever with no hope of recovery is only going to be pain forever? And it's going to cost everybody, including you and the government and everybody else, bajillions of dollars to keep you miserable for a decade or whatever. Should you be allowed to choose to die? I'm not going to fall on one side or the other of the thing. I think it's obvious because of the context in which I've brought it up that I think there are circumstances where one would reasonably choose to die. I think that refusing to partake in a set of actions that is not only unpalatable but untenable to you, morally and psychological, is one of those circumstances. There were plenty of people. I hate to do this because it's always going to bring up incredible amounts of vitriol in the comments. There were plenty of people in the Soviet gulags and the German ones who, when ordered at gunpoint or ordered at pain of death to do things to their other inmates, to act in heinous ways, refused. Despite the fact that refusal would just cause someone else to be put into the same position, and the action would still occur, and the net suffering in the world wouldn't go down because of your refusal, still those people would refuse and choose to die rather than do something horrible. Break a law, break a code, for example, right? So let's put it this way. You're imprisoned, there's a child there, the guard says, kill this child with your bare hands or I'm going to shoot you in the back of the head. I think in that circumstance, 9 times out of 10, I choose to die. Now, the other 10th out of 10 is just me throwing in a percentage chance because I don't actually know what I would do if pushed to that kind of a limit. And my must resist death instinct might kick in and I might kill that child with my bare fucking hands. I don't know. I've never been there. But it is really useful to be able to evaluate circumstances like that. And this is so hard line. And so dedicated hard line. Suffer as much as you have to. Pain forever for everyone, but no dying. We do not go in. We do not give in. Really? Might want to give in sometimes. This coming from the walk through fire guy, right? This coming from the push into a wall so hard that it breaks you guy. Sometimes actually don't. Sometimes don't. Be careful where you fight to the death. Be careful what you suffer for. So I wonder if all our suffering is worth it. He stands here with a stick. I wonder what that is. Agni and Luna gave us their flesh, and God protects us. Evidence? You don't seem very fucking protected, fam. I guess they're protected by Agni and Luna's regenerative abilities that they've been using to save everybody? Shit. But they are the only young people in the village. That's part of why we did that sex scene, or like almost sex scene. They are the only young people here. Oh, well, that's allegorical as well, isn't it? Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. We're also in an allegory for modern Japan. Oh, I forgot. I missed that. The demographic decline. Duh. Continuous economic winter. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Economic winter, total stagnation, demographic decline, the only young people left. We have to give it our all. We have to gambate. All the old sacrificing the new in order to feed themselves and retain, or then dying as a part of it. Continuing to instill these core traditional values that have the slightly interesting side effect of bolstering the elderly population while continuing to extract resources from the wealth earning and generating younger population at a higher and higher rate. Yeah, the never give up, never surrender is really good when you're the one inside and they're the ones outside. Certainly you've got the scars to prove that you've been through all sorts of shit. But all of these adults are old enough to remember everything about the past and the way things used to really be. They lived pre-war. I say war, but there isn't a war, right? But that's the context that we're in. They lived pre-apocalypse. The nuclear winter apocalypse, whatever you want to think of it as, it's happened. And we live in a world without that warmth to it anymore. Fujimoto! Why do you put so many damn layers in your stories, man? What the fuck? Also, his paneling and framing is so entirely dramatically different from Goodbye Eri that it's just not even like the same author. You can tell that it's the same author in some of these frames or moments or close-up expressions and stuff, but it's so desperately different. Fuck. Wait, Agni, Luna, both of you, drink this. White water? It's milk! Milk? I got it from a traveler from town. An old man like me has no need for such nourishment. I can't accept something so precious. Take it. It's more frigid now than last year. If the two of you succumb to this cold, this village will be doomed. 3 years ago, after you came to our village, I became your parent and guardian. Bring hot water, quick! What's going on? These children were found collapsed outside the village. They're both so cold. The poor things. Light the heater and bring some firewood. Father, your holiness, we don't have much firewood left. We can't give it away. If we use it now, we may all freeze to death before spring arrives. We've lived long enough. We will light a fire for the children, for the future. Yes, sir. I'll bring firewood from my home, too. They must have run from another town. Children shouldn't have to go through this. So it's not what I thought, entirely. This is an old man planting trees, a little bit, right? This is also a highly, and I'm just going to extract this out to say it as such. If we were playing with Western Christian mythologies and Eastern mythologies together, this, while simple, moral, and ethical, that's the core baseline of the Christian Western mythological framework, is simple, basic, and ethical. The children are important. Suffer the little children to come near me. Like, actually, that's core to it. Respect for the mother and child, respect for the next generation. Those are core to the traditional churn of the Western society thing, of the Bible book thing. This is a cast... No idea that these kids are blessed, right? There's no, in any way, implication that he thinks he's going to benefit from this, actually, except that they're the future and that it's right. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So it's cast your bread upon the waters without expecting it to come back to you. And then literally their salvation, saving them, has saved the whole village for 3 years. Because they end up being powerful. Because they end up being youth, right? Even if they weren't able to chop their own arms off, youths, energetic workers, capable of going out there and continuing, right? They're paying for your pension plan, man. right? They can go out there and chop firewood if they have to, or hunt, or whatever. Yeah. Wow, that's... God. It's so interesting always to, like... This is the third time I'm doing this, right? To see the thing in both layers. This is what it is. This is what it could be. And the could be is big and abstract and whiffly and weird. And I'm layering all sorts of stuff on top of it that isn't actually in it, right? But that's the nature of reading and experiencing a thing like this. When it's complicated enough and detailed enough and like tree roots woven into the structure of reality, of narrative reality well enough, it's linked to everything. And suddenly every line that's in here is like more than a line, and every frame that's in here is more than a frame. And this character is more than a character. He's an archetypal representation of a whole bunch of priests and saviors and characters and surrogate fathers and all sorts of people. That's cool, man. That's cool, man. We've lived long enough. We may all freeze. So what? Oh, Lord, bestow your flame of mercy on these two children. Blam! I can't believe there are still deer around. Everyone will be thrilled. Yeah. I'll give it to the families who don't condone eating human meat. I'll let Luna have some too. Brother, will you make a baby with me? Civilization out there. Somebody with a plane. An airplane, and it's headed for the village. Oh no. Oh no. This is the chaos. This is the bad. Everybody. This is the White Witch. She's gonna take the girl. She's gonna take the girl. Damn it. Nothing but old fuckers. Hey! Watch your language. Show proper respect. Oh boy. We didn't come here to collect slaves. Put your gun down. Yes, sir. Slaves? Hey, you there. Why are you here? You're gonna get turned and butted, man. Nope. There's a young man here, too? How rare. My name is Doma. What's yours? I'm Agni. Now, why are you here? No need to glare. We didn't come to fight. There's a war not far from here, and we've exhausted our supplies. Since we came upon your village, we'll be taking your rations and fuel. Ha ha ha! Ah, we're good friends of yours. Give us all your shit. We don't have guns at you. Yet. What? We don't have enough to share. Just get out of here and let go of me, you jerk. You're pretty strong. I like that. Sorry, but we're still taking what we want. Huh? But as a gesture of goodwill, I'll bring you to live in Behemdorg. Behemdorg? It's a city of freedom our king has created. We're gathering young people like yourself to live there. Regardless of age, if you're capable, you'll rise in the ranks and earn your own slaves. Pretty good. Nice. Slaves, huh? Yeah, that would be what's valuable, isn't it? What else? Okay, but... First off, as a gesture of goodwill, I know what's best for you, kid. America. This guy's America, right? Hi, I'm America. I'm exceptional. You might have noticed how cool I am. I know what's best for you. I'm gonna take all your shit. This is my town now. All your youths, they should come work for me where I can educate them properly. America. Fuck yeah. Oh my god. As soon as we have enough manpower, we will take down the Ice Witch and return Green to this world once more. So he believes in the myth. They believe in the myth, and their king believes in the myth. But they're going to cause a problem now, because they're going to find the girl. That's what they haven't found yet, and none of them are female. They're going to find the girl. A young man? How rare. A young woman? Breeding stock. That's where my head goes. I'm so sorry, but that's it, right? She can make lots of new soldiers for us. If slaves and population are the primary value in this world, and there are no young women, she is worth everything to them, and they don't care about you one bit. And she regenerates. They can torture her forever. They can rape her and impregnate her forever. Fujimoto, please, not that. Not that, right? That's where we're going, isn't it? Doma, sir, we have a situation. We found something during the search of our homes. There are body parts in every home. Human meat. These guys are eating people. Cannibals. It's not what you think. It's human meat, but we're leaving. Pull out. Pull out! This village never existed. These things aren't people. Agni? Is there a blessed in this village? Is he hoping to gain a slave? No! Well, I'm one, and I only use my power for the king. He's gonna burn the village down. He's gonna crisp it all. That's right. If the king were here, he would not allow a village of cannibals to go unchecked. What does that mean? My flames won't extinguish until their fuel has perished. Oh, he produces ever-burning flame. Agni is ever-regenerating. He's going to be on fire forever. That's what it is. Ha 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 ha! Oh, that's so sick. Oh, that's actually so sick. Okay. So when I said that there had to be something like materially awful that produces like a deep call to action of pain and forces you to go against the ice switch eventually, how about an endless suffering that you cannot quench that started out when this guy murdered everyone in your town? And probably your sister too. That'll do it. That'll start. Hey, you want a burning heart of rage and justice? How about you're actually on fire all the time forever? Oh my god. So we've got a blessing against a blessing. We're about to have like 4 pages of burning people right now, and I'm ready. This is also allegorical. Hi, America here. Let me just burn your population centers. How did you like that? That was fun, right? You got a wound that won't heal in the middle of your country now. Nice, huh? Hot, huh? Yeah, like nuclear hot. Ha ha ha. Ha! And we don't even show. It's just instant. Black to that. Fuck you, Fuji. My flames won't extinguish until their fuel has perished. Forever. It was an indescribable pain. Each time my flesh turned to ash, my regeneration would kick in. It was an endless cycle. I couldn't think straight and no longer had it in me to scream. All I could do was pray to God. Oh, Lord Almighty. To protect Luna from those flames. To allow her to survive safe and sound. That heat, that pain, that vomiting, that smell of burning sickened flesh. I couldn't take it. I cursed my blessing, my regenerative powers. And then I realized it. By focusing my mind on negating the regenerative powers of my arm, it would die and no longer regenerate. I had found a way to escape the pain, the opposite of what his village chief told him: you must never cede to death. And he finds that pain is gone beyond death. Not a full death, a little death. So he's going to continuously allow parts of him to die and then regenerate and die, and the other parts die and then regenerate. So he's a shifting mass that's always in mostly pain, but enough to be dead enough to survive. So it's both a coping mechanism and a way of reckoning and sort of negotiating with your pain. That's fucking sick. That is such a Fujimoto, that's really brilliant. That's like absolutely brilliant. That's stunning. That's stunningly smart. Very smart. But we have to come past this first. If I just died, I would be freed. That's reality, isn't it? Same question, same answer. Sometimes there are circumstances where, I just said it a little bit ago, if you're in endless pain forever and there's no stopping it, that's the circumstance in which death is preferable to continued existence, right? I was thinking like neurological disorders or cancer, all sorts of things. How about being on fire all the time? That'll do it. So then you might choose death. Fujimoto's gestures and gesture drawings are so cool. They actually remind me a lot of the fire on sequence in Kizumonogatari. You know which one I mean? That's pretty great. If I just died, I would be freed. Consumed by pain, it was all I could think of. I would die. I would let my life go. So we're coming up against that wall that I talked about. The walk through fire thing, the push up against the wall until it breaks you is where we're at. But if you push past it unto death and beyond, right? Past your limits, past what you think is there, what is there? You don't know, and you never will. You can't know, and you never will. So if our character could survive after that, he won't know until he goes that far. Just like Denji and Chainsaw Man wouldn't know. He had to push himself to death and breaking to let the boy die in order to incorporate the shadow and become a man. Chainsaw Man. In this case, seeking relief, he might allow his whole self to die and then be born again, right? Because that is what would happen. Narratively, he should be born again. The question is, will he let himself go? Actually, I would let my life go. If I died, I'd see my mother and father again. Brother! Luna! And she's there too. Brother! Luna! Luna was so close to being fully consumed. After all, her powers of regeneration were weaker than mine. We might fully lose her, guys. It was too cruel. But our family would finally be together. We could go jump in that river. I'd show Luna real flowers and let her pet cows and sheep. That's right, I'd have her try cheese, too. I'm sure she'd love it. And we'd have a baby. Brother. Bump. Live! Oof. I love you. You may bear all other manner of pain and suffering, but always resist death. These things aren't people. She told me to live, consumed in flames of anguish. Thudump! She was returned to ash. Snap. Whoosh. Year 1, all I did was howl in pain. Even through the worst of storms, the flames never subsided. Year 3, I began to walk, coughing up blood all the while. To distract myself from the pain, I bit off my tongue time and time again. So he will just... It doesn't go away. It doesn't get easier. He just gets stronger. Yeah. 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 Yeah, right. Yeah. Shit. This is a harsh one. That's a harsh one. You know, everybody says when you try to do something hard that it's just going to get easier and you're going to figure it out. I don't know if it gets easier or if you just have to get stronger, man. Ooh. So now the Ice Witch, who seems to have uncontrollably made this world cold, is one enemy. The king and his minions who've lit us on fire, spiteful and destructive, are another. And ya boy is on fire. Year 5. My brain acclimated to the pain. My body could move about freely, but I still could not breathe well because of the flames. Rip holes in your face? I don't really know. I think you might have to rip holes in your face. Year 8. I started teaching myself how to control my regenerative powers. I succeeded in confining the flames to my lower body, away from my head. For the first time in a long while, I could breathe the air. I curled my hand into a fist. If it ever gets warm again, let's travel the world together, okay? Live! I'll kill him. I'll burn him to death in the most merciless way possible. Vengeance. So, that's good enough fuel for now. It won't last long enough, but 8 years of burning agony will instill some need for vengeance in you. And once again, Fujimoto really likes his Korean revenge thrillers, right? Like, this is Old Boy again. It's the same thing again, really. I mean, I'm happy. I'm so excited because it's right. You get damaged by the world, get damaged by reality. It's all suffering and chaos and entropy and cold and death and space and vacuum and void and destruction. And it tears away the things that matter to you, especially your innocence, which is represented as Luna. And you become only the devil inside, and it consumes you, and then you have to fight back in order to become strong enough to have both a soul and a flaming part, and then you can breathe, and then you choose your direction. You go head over heels, barreling in the wrong direction. Toward vengeance, you know? With these fists, I will reduce him to ash. Hey, what'll happen to the slaves in the back, you think? We'll sell the pretty ones to the rich. The ugly'll breed until they're dead. The men work till they die. They're lucky they get to be slaves in Behenborg. Anywhere else, and they'd freeze or starve. Hey, I've got a piss. Pull over. You got it, Captain. I'll make it quick. 10 seconds tops. Yank! Oh, gross. There's a lot of pretty ones this time. Put the redhead in my cab. Gather the old and kill him. Cover the kids with blankets. The king is gathering the blessed. If you're blessed, raise your hand. You're guaranteed good treatment. Please. My boy wants some water. What? Iron? I'm a blessed. I can make iron out of nothing. This is the kind of blessing from God your average Joe don't get. Piss is in the cup. He's gonna give him piss. Drink up. It's fresh, so it's still warm. This is the piss of someone blessed by God. Make him drink it. 10 seconds. 10 seconds and I'm kicking you off. Close your eyes. Close your mouth. I'll just wet your lips. They're actually making him drink piss. Don't laugh. What are you looking at? I hate people who don't know their place. Kill that kid. Get over here. The old, and the young. Is she our tiny Korean girl in our Korean revenge thriller who reawakens the normal of the thing and has to be protected and is a surrogate for Luna? Also a blessed? Yeah, probably. That's my guess. Blam, blam. Yeah, just clinking down the line. Thank you, Fujimoto. That's beautiful. That's fucked. Oh, yeah. You really want to instill that moment, huh? Well, here we go. Oh, Lord. And weirdly, her prayers will be answered by a demon of fire, right? Why aren't you shooting? There's something walking this way. It's a blessed. He looks warm. I hate being interrupted. I'll kill him. 10 seconds flat. So 10 seconds flat, 10 seconds flat, 10 seconds flat. Flop! This is... it's the same. Sick. And he emerges a man! A man! Cock out! Although on fire, right? So you can't see it? Good. It is because of a blessed called the Ice Witch that the world is now enveloped in snow, starvation, and madness. The freezing masses yearn for fire. Fire punch! Bam! It won't go out. Why don't you die? Because he actually doesn't have fire powers. He's just on fire. His only power is regeneration. It's that other dude's fire. It can't go out. Woof. So it's not my flame, man. I'm not doing this to you. You're doing this to you. Oh, it's so cool. Woof. Prologue. The flame-covered man. Fire punch! And with that, with chapter 1 read, we'll call it there, folks. This has been chapter 1 of volume 1 of Fire Punch. Probably next time we'll have less of an intro, maybe more, I don't know. And then we'll have read more. And this is pretty cool. I will have more thoughts about it in a week. I've said all my thoughts as we've been going. As far as a first chapter goes, and an introduction to a character, a world, a set of stakes, a reasonably grimdark, cluster-fucked landscape, this is neat. It's ultra post-apocalyptic, and it has its little thingies in all sorts of different pies, if you know what I mean. Again, the roots in Earth analogy toward the zeitgeist, or the feel, or the narrative normalcies of our narrative world that we live in, and the mythologies that we live in. It knows what it's doing, and it's doing it good. I don't know what it's doing. I've got some ideas, and I think that it's doing them really good. Where will it go? Dark places. Will it light a path for us there? Yeah, man, that's why the main character's on fire in a cold world. And now he's got endless special fuckers who think they're so special and so useful and cool, and use their powers to fuck with everybody else and rule. And in a world dominated by the tyranny of life and death, the petty tyrannies of individual humans seem justifiable, but not to a man who's had his whole village burned by a petty human. He's on fire, and he's gonna punch them. And that's our story. Early access on the Patreon. Check it out. I'll see you next week for more. Peace.